Andy Murray, welcome to Emirates Stadium. What are you doing here?
Just came along to watch Arsenal Fulham and had a few days off. It's my off season, so try to get down and watch as many footy matches as possible.
Why Arsenal?
Just because of the way they played, really. I always watched the Premier League. I always enjoyed watching it. I do a lot of fancy football and just always enjoyed the way Arsenal play, always attacking, and that's what I like.
And what do you make of the current side?
I think it's good. I think everyone, well, unfairly, because they had obviously a bad start, I think it was always going to be difficult losing. Well, they lost, a couple of great players, and Fabregas and Nasri, and now, yeah, they've done really well. Even, with Wilshere out, I think the guys that Wenger signed, that Gervinho's done well, Arteta's done well, and yeah, they've been on a great run the last few months.
So, what are your ambitions? Having had that bad start, now got over it and are fighting back, where can Arsenal finish? Where can they aim to be?
Well, I think, third is probably achievable this year. They'd have to keep this sort of form up. I just think the league's so tough this year. I think Tottenham are, playing really, really well too. Chelsea have struggled a bit, but, I'm sure they'll be there or thereabouts. But I think it'd be tough to get in front of the two Manchester clubs this year. But who knows, if they make a few big signings, the team's doing well.
You were just meeting up with Carl and Jack. What were you talking about?
Actually talking about injuries, unfortunately, because all of us are injured at the minute. But yeah, I'm big fans of them. It's great to get the chance to meet them. I always get a little bit nervous meeting guys because obviously see them on the TV all the time, so you feel a little bit like you maybe know them, but you don't at all. And yeah, it was good, but hopefully they can get fit soon, because I think they're two obviously great young players. I think Jack last year, especially end of last year, played unbelievable, so hopefully he can come back soon. You're
nervous of them?
Yeah, I always get really nervous because football is one of my favorite sports. I watch it all the time, follow everywhere I am, all over the world, try and watch as much as possible, so always good to meet great footballers.
Is football big amongst the tennis players?
Yeah, especially amongst the Spanish players, like guys like Rafa Nadal, David Ferrer, a lot of the Spanish guys, because obviously how good Barcelona and Real Madrid are just now. But yeah, most of us played football when we were younger. And yeah, I played loads when I was younger too, so we always have a kick around at a lot of the tournaments, play five-a-side football against each other, and yeah, it's good fun.
Are you any good?
I was okay when I was younger. I don't play much. Nowadays, just play a bit of five-a-side football. I've got quite a good engine, but yeah, apart from that.
Which Arsenal player are you most like? Who do you model your game on in the Arsenal side?
I don't know. I love watching Van Persie. I've always really enjoyed watching him. If I was modelling myself on someone, I don't know. Tough question. I'm definitely nowhere. Well, I don't have any of the qualities that any of the Arsenal players have, but I'm quite quick. Someone like Walcott, maybe.
I gather that James Ward and Anne Keothavong are both Arsenal fans. Are you aware of that? Have you spoken Arsenal?
I know James Ward's an Arsenal fan. I don't know about Anne Keothavong. But yeah, I've spoken to James Ward quite a few times. He tries to come down as much as possible. He lives quite near here as well.
Is there a lot of crossover between football and tennis? Obviously there's the fitness side, there's the injury side, there's the sports science side. Anything apart from that?
Yeah, they are very, very different sports. I think because for example, in football, 45 minutes is going to be one half, and 45 minutes for the second half, and in tennis, games can kind of vary a lot. So the physical side is very, very different, and also when we are on the court, it's just us. Obviously, with football, they've got the managers telling them what to do and giving instructions throughout the match. So it's very, very different sports, but one that yeah, I would have liked to have played if I was any good.
Arsene Wenger, what are your thoughts on him?
I love Arsene Wenger. I just love the way his team plays football, and I think he's not considering a lot of the big teams now are spending silly amounts of money because they have incredibly rich owners. I think he always spends his money very well. He doesn't waste money on players that aren't good, and he always invests in young players, which is great. Teams are always exciting, and just hope they can hopefully next year win the title.
He's a regular at Wimbledon. Have your paths ever crossed? Have you ever sought him out?
I haven't. The only time I saw him was last season. I turned up a bit late for his Tottenham-Arsenal Carling Cup match, and he was in the stands for that match, and I was sitting in the same row as him, and he had to get up, and I was so embarrassed because I saw him looking at his watch like, what are you guys doing turning up late? And I felt really, really bad, so I turned up for this game about an hour and a half before kickoff, so it'll be the last time I'm late.
Did he recognise you?
I have no idea, but yeah, the game had started, so he was already concentrating on the game. I think he just wanted to sit down and concentrate.